Assalamu alaikum. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Pregnancy Diaries. Today on the Pregnancy Diaries, we are joined by a brilliant medical mind, a woman whose passion is caring, healing, and guiding others through the journey of health. She brings not just her knowledge, but her heart into every conversation. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Amina Baba Abdullahi, a dedicated and inspiring doctor here to share her expert insight of pregnancy with us. Hello, Dr. Amina Baba. Can you tell us who is Dr. Amina?
Thank you very much for having me on your show.
Who is Dr. Amina Baba?
Well, I am Dr. Amina Baba, a medical doctor, a practitioner in the Department of Ophthalmology, University of Maiduguri Teaching Hospital. I was born and brought up here in Maiduguri. I did my primary school and a little bit of the secondary school in Maiduguri International School. Then from there, I proceeded to my junior secondary school in Imam Malik Islamic Center, after which I proceeded to do my secondary school in Al-Kanim College of Islamic Theology. Following that, I got an admission into the university where I studied MBBS. I graduated in 2014, did my house job in University of Maiduguri Teaching Hospital through 2016, then did my NYSC in State Specialist Hospital. Following which I had experience in taking care of newborn babies, malnourished babies in one of the international NGOs. After which I came back to University of Maiduguri Teaching Hospital again, where I practiced for a few years, like 2 years in pediatrics department. Then I now transferred myself to ophthalmology, where I had my interest in taking care of people's eyes.
So, Dr. Amina Baba Abdullahi, so you have both experience in pediatrics and ophthalmology.
Yes.
Okay. So what inspires you to become an eye doctor?
Well, actually, what inspired me to become an eye doctor is that ophthalmology is a field where you would use both your medical talents and then surgical skills. It's not in every of the field in under medicine that you would find such. And the eyes are a very special part of the body. It's a very unique organ that has a linkage to the brain, and it's like a window to the soul of a person. So taking care of it means a lot, and that is the part of it's something that you also get to see patients who are children, pediatric age groups, adults, females and males, and the elderly. So these are the things that actually inspired me to become an ophthalmologist.
Gaskiya kuma ido shine gani, in ba idon nan fa ba zai yiwu ba jama'a. What are some common eye problems you see in children and mothers?
There are a lot of eye problems that we see in children, especially in the younger ones. Eye problems are things that actually affect all age groups. Okay, even immediately after delivery, a child may come with eye problems. We call it conjunctivitis, and in some cases, it's actually attributed as ophthalmia neonatorum, that is in the neonatal age group. So in younger children, we see things like conjunctivitis, allergic conjunctivitis. They come with things like refractive errors that they may need to use glasses for. And we see cases like trauma cases and strabismus, what we call hararagar kepo, and there are a lot of things that we see in children. And in adults, most of the cases we see still allergic conjunctivitis, things like pterygium in our environment, things like still the refractive error. People may be needing to use glasses and reading glasses sometimes. We see a lot of common cases like cataracts and glaucoma. We have
Tun ba ma glaucoma nan ba.
Yes.
It's very common.
It's very common, especially in our environment. Cataracts too, that may actually need surgery. So there are a lot of common cases in ophthalmology that we see.
So Dr. Amina, how did your medical knowledge influence the way you approach your pregnancy?
Well, I would say the feeling has been different for each of my pregnancies. I've had 4 different pregnancies and childbirth. So some of them I wasn't prepared, while the others I was. So for those that I wasn't prepared, I felt surprised and I wasn't quite ready for the pregnancy. While for those that I was actually into it, I was prepared. I was so excited. And Alhamdulillah for everything. I think I felt excited most of the time.
So the next question is, how do you manage stress while working and being pregnant at the same time?
It was quite challenging, just for you to be pregnant and be working at the same time, 5 to 5, what is it called? A 9 to 5 job, and it was quite challenging. So what I did was to take breaks in between, especially you know how the work is. You go in the morning, you have ward rounds. Sometimes you would have clinic. It's easier to take breaks during clinic than during ward rounds. You understand, because you'd be standing on the patients, one patient after the other, and it was quite stressful. You understand, for a pregnant woman to stand for like 2-3 hours.
3 hours.
You understand? You can still take breaks depending on how this round is going and depending on the people that you're doing the rounds with. Some of our doctors may be understanding, while others could be actually challenging. But during clinic hours, you just take a break, go and come back. But then still, you wouldn't have enough time to actually rest as a pregnant woman. Just take kaɗan ne. So you'd come back and you'd still continue with the work. So hutawa dai, you have to go back home to see that you've rested, actually. So it was quite challenging.
So let's go for a break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. So Dr. Amina, how did you feel emotionally and mentally when you found out you were pregnant?
Well, I would say the feeling has been different for each of my pregnancies. I've had 4 different pregnancies and childbirth. So some of them I wasn't prepared, while the others I was. So for those that I wasn't prepared, I felt surprised and I wasn't quite ready for the pregnancy. While for those that I was actually into it, I was prepared. I was so excited. And Alhamdulillah for everything. I think I felt excited most of the time.
So what trimester has been the most challenging so far and why? Yep. Trimester Nanyeka. Every trimester.
Well, all have their own challenges, but I think it depends on the person. Sometimes in some some of the people would say first, others would say second, and some would say third.
Yes.
But for me, the first trimester, the early morning sickness and all the low layer and all that, it was quite much for me. And sometimes it even goes into the second trimester. And sometimes vomiting for me actually goes up to the third trimester, and it was quite hard for me. I would say the most challenging trimester would be the first trimester for me. And in the third trimester, I feel more energetic and I do most of the things that I couldn't do during the first and second trimester. And I would even fast during the third trimester, and it was okay for me. Yes.
So the next question is, how do you manage stress while working and being pregnant at the same time?
It was quite challenging, just for you to be pregnant and be working at the same time, 5 to 5, what is it called? A 9 to 5 job, and it was quite challenging. So what I did was to take breaks in between, especially you know how the work is. You go in the morning, you have ward rounds. sometimes you would have clinic. It's easier to take breaks during clinic than during ward rounds. You understand, because you'll be standing on the patients, one patient after the other, and it was quite stressful. You understand, for a pregnant woman to stand for like 2-3 hours.
3 hours.
You understand? You can still take breaks depending on how this round is going and depending on the people that you're doing the rounds with. Some of our doctors may be understanding, while others could be actually challenging. But during clinic hours, you just take a break, go and come back. But then still, you wouldn't have enough time to actually rest as a pregnant woman. Just the kadani, so you'd come back and you'd still continue with the work. So hutawa day, you have to go back home to see that you've rested, actually. So it was quite challenging. Yes, ma'am.
So let's go for a break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. So, Dr. Amina, what's your diet or wellness routine like during pregnancy? Muka mun ci awara, mun sha ice cream, mun ci cake ɗin Hadiza, Dija's Delight.
Yes, now.
Kayan daɗi.
I couldn't doesn't sound just delight in the location that I was pregnant. I am sure I would have gone for it.
Sosai.
I actually didn't have any diet routine during my pregnancy. It's scary because it was hell. It was just anything I could take and it would stay in me. So she ne ba haka ba, I did not have any diet routine.
Irin cikin da baka marmarin komai.
Baka fa marmarin komai.
Sai dai kawai komai dai ya ringa shiga.
Komai duk abin da ya shigo dai ya samu ya zauna shine nawa.
Okay.
Yawwa. But I did not have any diet routine. I remember during my first pregnancy, I was so into spaghetti, and there's this restaurant during University of Maiduguri that I used to go to. I was always ordering spaghetti, you understand? So in Nigeria, Hassan Sani, what's my tambaya? Just put my spaghetti and bring
spaghetti balopini.
So say yes. So actually, I did not have any wellness or diet routine per se. Yeah, but the wellness is just to go to antenatal, see the baby's health, and see that we're doing well. Take my medications as prescribed and all. So alhamdulillah. Went well.
So next question, Dr. Amina, it's kind of emotional. So what support system helped you stay balanced emotionally and physically?
Wow, that would be quite emotional. Well, my number one support system was my mom. She was actually there from the beginning to the end of my pregnancies. Each and every pregnancy, I remember, especially the second one, that I was actually living with her because their father had traveled out for his master's course. So I had to stay with her, and she was quite a lot of support for me, emotionally, mentally, physically. She would help me all through everything in my pregnancy journey. Yes, she actually told me a lot of things. She would be like, to come to pass, Amina, you understand? So how can you I like to come to pass and all that. And also, apart from her, my friends they actually also helped me too, because some of them had already gone through pregnancy and they know how it is.
Yeah.
So they're actually a support system for me. Again, some of our older colleagues in the medical field. I remember during my third pregnancy, I was, I think, 8 months pregnant when our exams day was fixed to be my expected day of delivery.
Wow.
So I actually, I was like, I just didn't know what to do. I was concerned. I was scared, and I spoke to one of our consultants, Dr. Obada. So I remember he told me how I should be patient and be prayerful, and everything would come to pass. And alhamdulillah, what happened then was that I strike. And I didn't go for that exam, say they are only 6 months.
Wow.
So you understand, I can't forget that day. Yes. So alhamdulillah, I've had a lot of support system, even though in other aspects the support wasn't there. But alhamdulillah.
Okay. So have you experienced any eye-related challenges or vision issue during pregnancy?
Well, personally, I have not experienced any vision-related problems during my pregnancy.
So your next and last question is not the least what. What's your go-to remedy for morning sickness or fatigue?
Well, for me, I would say there is one pill that if I did not take, ina ga ranan kawai akwai matsala ne. Well, akwai matsala because my main problem during pregnancy is, like I told you, it's vomiting. Ni dai amai din nan na tashi da safe after a few minutes haka na fara neman abinci. If I go to the kitchen, kamshi ya buge ni kawai amai ne na. So because I'm having frequent vomiting, I usually take antiemetics. So antiemetic da nake sha din kuma ba normal wanda ake bayarwa pregnancy.
Ba normal folic acid waye waye
ko folic acid dai ba antiemetic ba but ana ba da su navidoxine. So those ones don't work for me. I usually go for promethazine. So that's one pill, promethazine. Da safe in ban sha ba, gaskiya I will just zan ini ne ina amai. I have vomiting like 7 to 8 times in a day. So har yakan yi yawa in zo in sami like dehydration har sometimes a rike ni a asibiti. So that is my number one go-to remedy gaskiya. In na sha, I'm okay. If I don't take it, there is problem.
Ni go-to remedy na madara da coca oats. Abu mai daɗi.
Masha Allah, kina ki mai daɗi ne.
Mai daɗi ne gaskiya. Mu muna cin abu mai daɗi ba ruwan ni maganin ma ban cika sha ba.
Masha Allah.
So next question is kind of personal. Baya cikin wa'annan question. So you said you had 4 pregnancies.
Yeah.
So in all these 4 pregnancies, mene is hard a ciki? Ko kuma what do you find difficult a ciki kuma ya kika magance shi? All the 4 pregnancies.
Well, for me, I think each one of them has different experience. I had different experience with each one of them. For my first pregnancy, I had some social issues, and it was quite difficult. It came abruptly. I wasn't aware. I wasn't prepared. I did not plan for it. So, and I did not know much about pregnancy. So it was quite hard for me that time to actually cope with the pregnancy, and because of those social issues that I had, it was quite difficult for me. My second pregnancy, alhamdulillah, it happened when I had finished my part 3, and in between part 3 and 4, then in medical college, we had this long holiday before going to our clinicals in part 4.
Strike me ko holiday?
No, but strike bane because of yet the session in yake. We had to wait for mutanen gaban mu su yi gaba so that yes, we will get space to go to the clinical site. So I had the whole 9 months. Abin nan din ya kai kusan shekara ma hutu. So the whole 9 months pregnancy I was at home and I was with my mom. So everything was okay. Then I had enough knowledge. I read some books. My mom was there. She was supporting me and it was okay. I gave birth and the child, alhamdulillah, got to like 3 months before I started going to my clinicals. So alhamdulillah, that was fine. Then the third pregnancy was what I told you. I was in clinicals, and when it got to my EDD, it was fixed that we were going to have exams. So those are the challenges I had. My fourth and last pregnancy was during my NYSC, and it was quite hard for me because of this morning sickness, the early morning sickness I used to have during the first trimester, and it was quite hard for me to go to work. Ina nan ne kawai a kwance a gida because ko daga abu ba zan iya yin ajiya wani because of the weakness that I have due to the vomiting da sauransu. Laziness ne haka kowa yake cewa. And quite, do you know that I had this at my workplace? Somebody was telling me that pregnancy physiologically don't taking photo, and I didn't have the energy to do that. I was quite down, and all I needed was support and time to now get out of the first trimester. Then I would be able to come to work at least, because I think I can remember I had 2 admissions in the hospital during that first trimester because of the hyperemesis that I was having. So it was quite a challenge for me. I was doing NYC. I even went to the NYC to say, Akuza, I'm different in the NYC, and it wasn't just possible. So I had to just manage. I would go explain myself, come back, wahala dey take up.
Wahala NYC.
Yes, wahala. Sometimes I get to go to the work, but then kana aikin ma ka gudu ka je kai amai ka dawo. It's quite difficult. Gaskiya so, but alhamdulillah, everything has passed. Towards the second trimester, I was able to start coming to work frequently. And alhamdulillah, towards the end of my NYC, I had given birth, then Nagama. So alhamdulillah, those are the different challenges I have had during my different pregnancies. Yes.
Gaskiya, we enjoyed answers in here over there.
Thank you very much.
So my viewers, we've come to the end of our show. I hope you've enjoyed, you've learned a lot on this show. Do share, like, subscribe, and follow to our YouTube channels at the Pregnancy Diaries. Thank you, and see you on the next episode. Thank you.
Thank you very much.